The questions remain the same in each of these interviews. The power lies in hearing these amazing answers. My name is Tony Reese, and it is with a great privilege and honor I present to you this installment of My Life Lessons, showcasing senior adults. Hi there, and welcome to My Life Lessons, showcasing senior adults. Today, our guest is Mrs. Merri Wooley-Bengtson. Hi, Merri.
Hi.
Welcome to the project.
Thank you.
So, Merri, take a moment and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an artist,
Okay.
primarily. I was born in Philadelphia, grew up as a child in West Philadelphia, block and a half from school, a wonderful school, Lee School. It was a school of practice where the teachers had assistants who were in practice to become teachers. And it was an excellent background. And then in high school, we moved from West Philadelphia to Mount Airy. And there I started school at Germantown Friends School. It was difficult because the people in Germantown Friends many of them had started in first grade and knew each other very well. So that was a little difficult, but it was excellent. And they had a wonderful art teacher, Miss Carolyn John. And oh, I loved her. And I learned to paint in color before I'd mostly done drawings and pencil.
Mm-hmm.
I had done watercolor, but she taught me color mixing. Anyway, from there I went to University of Richmond. First I went to the Philadelphia Museum School of Industrial Art. That's what they called it then. Now it's the College of Art.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the University of Richmond for 2 years, and also an art major.
So that's always been your love. Well, I can't wait to go into this project with you. So the first question, Merri, how would you define a great life?
A great life is first having good parents, I think. That's very important. A good education, a hobby or something that you feel is something you want to do. Sometimes it's sports, it's music, it could be anything. People have different interests, and to be able to follow them and maybe have some people know about them and they're good projects
Mm-hmm.
that other people could enjoy too.
Merri, how has the Highlands added to the great life that you've defined?
Well, first of all, they had many people here knew of me and of my work, and Gretchen was her name, Gretchen Hardy, and she was in one of the Highlands employees, came to my home and asked if she could have some of my work shown throughout the halls. And she and I both decided on which ones to bring to the Highlands. And it turns out that after a while, I decided people are loving them and wanting to see them. I want them to be there. And so I offered to donate those paintings to the Highlands. And they are now hanging through the wall, through the
Wow.
halls.
We will definitely have to check those out. How wonderful.
I wouldn't have had room in my apartment, and this way I could still appreciate them and share that with the other people.
Mm-hmm. Who were your heroes or your role models when you were a child?
Well, of course, my parents. My mother loved to cook, and she made wonderful roast lamb. It was wonderful, and her desserts, pineapple upside down cake and pies, and she was really good. She was very loving, and she loved to sew. The first item she bought when she was married was a sewing machine. And I remember her staying up one night finishing a coat, a beautiful coat that I could wear Easter Sunday. She made a suit for me, which I wore at tryouts for a modeling at the University of Richmond, West Hampton College, and we had a Greek theater, and a whole group of girls went to try out, and I wore my mother's suit, and I was selected. And that was a wonderful fashion show. We had to walk up the steps of the Greek theater.
Oh, how wonderful.
Other role models. One was my grandfather. He lived not too far from us, but when we would visit, he would be in his favorite chair. And he had beautiful white hair. I'd never seen anybody with white hair like that. And he was the Commissioner of Public Works for Philadelphia, and he had laid the cornerstone of the bridge over the Schuylkill River Drive. And we would take that drive on a Sunday, and we'd look up and say, there's Andaz Bridge.
Oh my goodness.
He was one of my model heroes.
What would surprise people the most to learn about you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sort of an open book. I was one of the first people to work for the women in crisis, and they selected us to be called upon. First, they would call women in crisis. The women would. And then they would transfer them to our phone number, and then we would have to phone them, so they never knew our phone number. And then they would tell us their story. And we would do it about once a month, and it would be from, I think it was about 8 o'clock till, maybe 10 o'clock till 6 in the morning, we'd be on duty. So at any time during the night, we might hear a plea for help from someone.
Was this here in Berks County?
Yes. It's now Berks Women in Crisis, but this was the very, very beginning of it.
Oh my goodness, the stories you must have.
Yeah, very poignant.
What is your greatest life lesson?
Well, I think when my mother knew that I was a little scared about being a model for the first time, I don't know whether it was for church or what, but anyway, she said, well, just get out there and smile, and then you will feel good, and they will respond. And I think coming to the Highlands, we see so many other women, and some of them might feel a little awkward first when they move in, but you smile at them as you pass them in the hallway, and almost everybody does, and it connects you with other people. Occasionally this will lead to a conversation, or some, not always, but sometimes a little one, but still that smile lingers on your face and on theirs as they walk away.
That was my next question. How do you put that life lesson into practice? And what a great example to be so welcoming here. Are there other examples of using that positive smile that you can remember putting into practice in your lifetime?
No, I think the Highlands is the highlight.
How welcoming that must be for people to see that. That's wonderful. Merri, what does love mean to you?
Love has so many aspects. People, of course, connecting. But I see it with animals. They now are doing studies about the animals and how they can love each other. I find love in my art. I find love in paintings. And I find love in music and gardening and flowers and nature. Love is all around. Then it comes to people and how they connect. And there's just something so special about a good, true love.
There is, isn't there? How do you want to be remembered, Merri?
That I was a friendly person, that I was caring, that I was a good artist.
Merri, thank you so much for your elegant interview today. Thank you.